We are finally going live on my channel.
Oh, you're finally live? This is Lauren's first video, guys. She's just figuring out how it all works.
Woo! Hi, Turtle Boy.
How you doing, Lauren? Thank you for having me.
Hey, Marian, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Actually, I wanted to start off by asking you what made you reach out.
Well, I seen that you did an interview with Chili, and I thought you were pretty fair with him.
Right now, they're already on, they're already here, but I'm not going to pull them up to be seen.
Hey, Rogue Nation, how are you today? Jack, thank you so much for being here. How are you today? Brett, how are you?
Lauren, I'm good. How are you?
Good. I love your personality. So bombastic.
Well, you know, never do anything small. That's breaking the law. That's doing things on the good guy's side. Never go small. Always go big.
Tim, how are you?
I'm doing good. Good to be on the program.
We are live.
But I am so happy to have Mr. Flat Earth Dave here from Connecticut. Hello, Flat Earth Dave. How are you?
Hey, thanks for having me. This will be a fun conversation.
If I'm 21 and I have never driven a car before, and I just want to take my friend's car for a joyride, and she lets me, can I just drive? Can I just go drive without a license? Do I have a constitutional right, according to you?
The best way I can explain this is if you want to expire yourself early, you have the right to.
The news came out just the other day that FTX had bought into a bank in rural Iowa or some crap like that. That bank only had 3 employees. They gave $11.5 million in funding to that bank. The bank changed its name to Moonstone Capital or some crap like that. And the question is first, how on earth did a crypto company buy a bank?
Right.
That should have never happened. Never happened.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and then why? Why?
You know, after a week of detox, I'd still go to the meetings and I couldn't even hold a cup of coffee because I had the tremors and shakes so bad. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it's scary to detox off alcohol. It's the only substance that you could die from trying to detox off of.
That's what I've heard. That is what I've heard.
I don't think Turner v. Driver changed law. I think he solidified it. And I think he removed the qualified immunity defense that was available in the Fifth Circuit. But I don't think that changed the law.
Removing an ability to use qualified immunity is a change now.
Sure.
They were audited by other state employees, right? Because it's a juvenile facility, and other state employees come there to see the conditions and see what's going on and that kind of stuff. Because that's the checks and balances that everybody raves about. That they tell me I don't need to go out and audit. We've got checks and balances already. So when you realize that also failed and all these young boys died, then the only logical conclusion that you could be left with is that the state is overwhelmed and it needs the citizens to now come out and help watch over what they're doing, because they can't seem to be able to.
Were you involved in uncovering anything there, or was that story just so egregious that it inspired you to investigate the government more?
The company that I was at for Daraprim, I didn't take $1 of salary. I think that CEOs, their job is to make the value of the company go up. And instead you have companies like Merck or Pfizer or others where they make sometimes $100 million with a golden parachute, whether the stock went up or not.
When I started working at Shepherd Hill, which is a real public school, a couple of years in the suburbs. And I got there and I'm like, the kids just wanted to learn every day. Like they didn't want, some kids you would pull teeth to get them to learn, but they respected you because you're the teacher. And that was foreign to me. Like I would tell kids at, Fanning, like, okay, everybody, you're going to sit here, you're going to sit there, fuck you, N-word, like whatever. And then at Shepherd Hill, it's just like, okay, so we're going to have assigned seating. And I remember my first day, I was like, you're all just doing it? Would I ask? Nobody's gonna argue or anything? And they're like, why would we argue? You're the teacher. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's how this works.
Have him go down in a second. I do think.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
I have told you that I would take down that video of that girl. All you had to do was prove that that girl existed and wanted the video down. And I gave you options on how to do that. You could have had her parent call me. That looks like either a woman who passed out or someone who is deceased.
No, you're just lying. You're just saying that just so that you can identify her. And I'm done with this. I'm done with this.
So you want to replace police officers, what we have today,
We don't change.
transparency peace officers, and you want a separate agency called the Montesquieu Agency to oversee the transparency peace officers.